Good morning, everybody. I'm not gonna lie to you, I should have filmed this while I was at the apartment today, but I forgot. So, you're getting it now. Today, I didn't really do much, but I did a little bit, and I'm gonna talk about that little bit that I did. Well, by little bit, I mean I did one interesting thing, and we're gonna talk about that one interesting thing. That one interesting thing was that Phil came over, and he came over for a very specific reason. He was telling MJ that she should get into the show. Now, this is a show that's very popular, but neither me or MJ have seen it because, well, I thought it was just LOL Random the show, and MJ just wasn't really interested in it. You know, it was just one of those things that was super duper overhyped on like Twitter in our social circles, and it just, you know, when things are too overhyped, neither of us really like watching a show that's too overhyped because, like, you know, it just feels like, how do you say, overpromise, underdeliver. But because of that, Phil actually really likes this show, and he was like, you guys should get into it. Well, her, but like, he was like, when he found out I didn't know it, he was like, well, now both of y'all have to get into it. And we're like, fine, whatever. So he comes over to show us the show. And the show is called The Amazing Digital Circus. And first of all, I didn't know anything about the show besides the clips that I've seen on Twitter. Like, I knew about Pomni. I knew about the concept of the circus. I knew about Kane. But, like, that's all I knew. I didn't know anything else. And I didn't realize it was only 7 episodes and that there's only going to be 9 episodes. One of them actually comes out on Friday, and then the last one comes out eventually. I don't know. They have a pretty wide gap between episodes because I think it's a pretty small team that works on it. I'm actually not entirely sure. But the Amazing Digital Circus right now only has 7 episodes, and they're each about a half hour long. So we just sat down and watched it for like 3 hours. I guess technically 3.5. But like, yeah, we just spent the afternoon. Like, we finished by like 9 o'clock. It was really easy, but like, I actually kind of got into it. And I think it was, I don't know if it's because of the marketing or just the fan base and the reputation of the fan base, but like, I didn't know The Amazing Digital Circus had plot. I literally thought it was just LOL Random. Like, you know, the fan base of The Amazing Digital Circus and like Has Been Hotel and like Hell of a Boss, like the Venn diagram between those 3 shows is a solid circle. So like, I know I wasn't like, I didn't want to be involved in it because I'm like, all of those things just, like, you know, the fan base just kind of sucks, and the clips I've seen just kind of suck. And now that I'm watching it independently outside of those things, I'm like, oh, I should have actually given this thing a chance. Now, will I change my ways? Absolutely not. But I'm glad that it worked out this time. I'm glad that it worked out this time because I actually really enjoyed the show, and I enjoyed learning about all the little odds and outs, and all the little twists, and all the little mind-boggling, and all the little mind freaks, you know? I did enjoy learning about those things and seeing how the world unfolds. Even though the world is small, because of what the show is, it can turn into kind of whatever for an episode, you know? And each of the episodes get to focus on a person, or it's specifically for world building. Like, because the show is only 9 episodes long, you kind of have to do it. The way they're writing it is that you're learning something every single episode. There's no episode wasted. There's no filler, which I can appreciate, especially for a short show, because sometimes short shows have filler, and I will never understand that. Anyway, I can talk more completely about it when it's finished, or at least when we finish it. But at least I can tell you for right now, it's really good. It's fun. It's a little mind freaky. It's a fun little mystery. And it's not too, you know, like, literally anybody can watch it. I've literally seen little children cosplaying as Pomni, and I'm like, you know, there's one episode that blatantly has guns in it, but like, besides that one, I'm like, oh, little kids can watch this. They're not gonna get all the jokes, but that's fine. Like, this is literally an adult show that just happens to be animated, and that's okay. That's one of my favorite genres. So I'm totally okay with that. All right, I'm gonna end it off there because that's really all I have to say about it because I don't want to spoil too terribly much. So if you've been on the fence about it, give it a watch. There's a new episode out on Friday. So yeah. So with that, that's it. So thank you so much for watching. Let's meet back tomorrow for something different. Good night.